some nightmares are not born in the mind. They invade it like an infection crossing into healthy flesh. I believed I studied sleep from a distance, observing, analyzing, trapping it inside cold equations. What I did not know was that dreams can learn, and nightmares choose their victims carefully. The moment my patient began describing his dreams, my own sleep started to collapse. This is not the story of a patient suffering from nightmares, but of a researcher who forgot boundaries. If you are reading this before sleeping, keep the light on because some dreams never end when you wake. I was a sleep researcher, observing nightmares the way a biologist studies a dangerous microscopic organism. My laboratory was isolated, silent, white, yet the dreams I studied screamed loudly inside me nightly. The new patient arrived without history. Only a note saying his sleep no longer belonged to him. During the first session, he stared as if he knew me, despite us never meeting before. He said his dreams repeated, but they were not his, belonging to someone watching him inside. While recording brainwaves, I noticed his patterns perfectly mirrored my own sleeping cycles. I dismissed it as statistical coincidence, though my heart rejected every scientific explanation offered. That night, I dreamed of a long cold hallway ending inside my laboratory room. In the dream, I wore my white coat, yet my face was not truly mine. I woke terrified, finding the same drawings the patient had previously described on my desk. I convinced myself the subconscious imitates what it hears, even terrifying, complex imagery. At the next session, the patient smiled and said I visited his dream last night. I did not tell him I saw him too, standing behind me, watching my sleep monitors. I began fearing sleep. The researcher who taught students dreams were merely neural activity. Coffee failed me. Stimulants useless against the recurring images invading my rest. Whenever I closed my eyes, medical machines whispered my name slowly. The patient slept less, yet woke smiling as if gaining something precious. He suddenly asked whether I believed dreams could move between minds. I laughed professionally, nervously, while my thoughts collapsed under the possibility. At that moment, I realized the boundary between observer and dream was eroding. The laboratory no longer felt safe, but a gateway beyond known scientific laws. Sleep records showed my nightmares synchronizing with his sleep by exact minutes. I tried stopping the study, but administration refused due to unprecedented results. The patient calmly said it was too late, because the dream had chosen me. Only then did I understand I was no longer studying nightmares. I had become one. As days passed, I began remembering the patient's dreams more vividly than my own. Precise details, sounds, smells, places I never visited, yet terrifyingly familiar. During analysis, I finished his sentences before he spoke, as if dreams passed through me first. Colleagues noticed exhaustion, but not the shadows moving behind my eyelids. One night, I woke up writing notes I did not remember recording. The handwriting was mine, yet the words felt like an angry dream language. The patient said his nightmares were calmer, while my sleep became a battlefield. I saw myself sleeping inside another dream, watching my body helplessly. The machines no longer just recorded data, they echoed my thoughts metallically. I tried isolating the patient, but our dreams kept intersecting. In one dream, he handed me a notebook and said my turn had come. When I woke, the notebook rested on my chest, warm and disturbingly damp. I started doubting the laboratory existed entirely in the waking world. The walls sometimes pulsed, breathing alongside our shared sleep cycles. I questioned whether I observed the patient or he observed me. My daytime memory eroded, while dream memory sharpened unnaturally. Faces of loved ones blurred, but the patient's face grew clearer. Sleep became no rest, but a forced transition. At the next session, the patient sat in my chair, unquestioned. Everyone treated it as normal, as reality rearranged itself quietly. I tried protesting, but my voice arrived late, like an old dream echo. The patient wrote my name on his file, then closed it, smiling coldly. For the first time, I felt like the subject, not the researcher. That night's sleep was deep, heavy, and without return. When I opened my eyes, I no longer knew which side of the dream I occupied. I woke in a room unfamiliar, yet intimately known from previous dreams. The wall clock moved backward, each second releasing a muffled moan. I tried recalling my name, but the patient's face replaced my letters. The mirror reflected a body resembling mine, but eyes stared with inhuman confidence. Every step through the laboratory rearranged the space behind me. Files bore my signature, yet research described me as a chronic dream patient. Reports detailed my nightmares precisely, as if someone lived them instead. Voices in my head were no longer whispers, but direct instructions. I resisted, yet the dream was no environment, it was authority. The patient appeared wearing my coat, moving with ownership certainty. He said balance requires exchange, and roles are granted, never stolen. I asked when it began. He laughed and said the first time I dreamed. My body felt heavy, gravity stronger than waking reality. Sleep and waking fused, boundaries dissolved completely. I watched memories rewritten inside stamped official documents. Childhood photographs altered, as if another life replaced mine. I realized I was no longer the dream's source, but its outcome. The laboratory collapsed, yet the dream remained solid and calm. Every door I opened led back to the same initial room. The patient's name vanished from records, replaced entirely by mine. I tried screaming, but the air was thick, soundless. In that moment, I understood consciousness could be imprisoned. The dream was not random, but engineered with terrifying precision. I sensed the coming sleep would not allow my return. When I closed my eyes, it was no longer my choice. I finally woke, or so they said, inside the patient's bed surrounded by monitors. My face no longer existed in the mirror, only generic features without history. The nurse called me by his name, and I lacked strength to correct her. My scientific records became evidence against me, not professional achievement. The new doctor entered wearing my old white coat. He looked at me with the same stare the patient once gave me. I realized dreams do not end, they only change faces. I tried recalling my former life. It felt like a story once read. Every night, I see the researcher sitting where I once sat, observing my sleep. I hear him taking notes about nightmares that are no longer mine. When I try warning him, he smiles and says it is neural activity. I finally understood why the patient always smiled upon waking. Sleep here is mandatory. Waking is a rare privilege. The walls no longer pulse. They know who won. The dream no longer needs experiments. It proved itself successful. Each time I drift off, I feel myself fading layer by layer. My name slowly erases from my personal memory. Meanwhile, the researcher sleeps deeper than ever before. I understand now I was not a victim but a transition. Dreams do not kill, they reassign coldly. If you are reading this, know that I dreamed of you too. Perhaps you are feeling drowsy for no clear reason. Do not resist sleep. Resistance only prolongs pain. When you wake, you may be in my place. And then, the research will begin again.